Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all you little maniacs across the world, once again, it is time for Robcast. Let me ask all of you another question. If there was one word that you never ever had to hear again, if you could just write it off and never have to hear it again, what would it be? Right now, at this point in time, I think it would be Corona, right? Whew. And not the cervezas más finas. No, not that one. As you all little maniacs know, we like to start off our show by saying thank you to the Army, to the Navy, to the Air Force, and to the Marines for doing what you bad motherfuckers do to keep our country free. We also like to send a special thank you to all of the first responders, firefighters, EMTs. And definitely, last but not least, the boys in blue. Back the badge, support your local peace officers, guys. They're just trying to get home to their family at the end of the day, just like you are. And talk about putting yourself into harm's way, just being an employee at this point in time. They're going way out of their way to keep all of us safe. So for that, here at Robcast, we will always give you all respect. Oh man, so rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, what the fuck, man? Zombie apocalypse going on, you know? I don't know if this is something that we'll get into it. It's like I was talking to someone yesterday that said we will not know what exactly happened and how this cat got out of the bag until we're gonna have to write and get the Freedom of Information Act. And get the real deal, the scoop on what actually happened this year. The world has just changed, ladies and gentlemen, forever. I don't know if it's for the good, for the bad, but we've been, your things are in your peripheral vision, and then one day it's like right there in front of you. You can't deny it that it's there. This is something that we've always, for a long time, we've known that we've been very vulnerable to. And I think that it's terrible, it's horrible. But we're living in a 21st century world with like a 19th century mentality on germs and keeping clean and being sanitary. Well, all that's got to change. And just because you got your storage room is packed full of toilet paper and paper towels and Lysol doesn't mean you're clean. You're some of the dirtiest motherfuckers out there. You don't need all that shit, man. That's why I can't get toilet paper right now at Walgreens or at anywhere. It's because all you dirty bastards have got a room full of it. Now you're not going to share it because you think it's the zombie apocalypse. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? I don't have a toilet paper collection. I got a gun collection. How the fuck you think that levels out when the shit really hits the fan? Fuckers. But what gets on my goddamn nerves is people that just take everything for face value, what they see, and not even really what you see, because what you see on the television is not really seeing, feeling, hearing, touching shit. You know what I mean? The people that just go on exactly what people are saying, exactly what the media is saying. Motherfucker, you've got to do your own investigation into this and form your own opinion. Whether if you got to go to Wuhan, China, to the wet market your goddamn self. You don't have to take it to that extreme, but you definitely have to do your own research. It's wild, man. We're living in the end of times. They're calling this now the virus. The virus. We got the virus. On when I wrote out this Robcast number 98, just some little notes and stuff that I wanted to fuck with you all on. It says day 9, so that tells you that the day I started writing this was day 9. And I have circled in parentheses the next 9/11. And why did I put that? I put that down. Man, I hadn't heard anything to do with 9/11 after this coronavirus attack. Because let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, you'll figure it out that this was an attack on the Americans. This is a fucking pre-planned. I'm halfway surprised that we're not at motherfucking war right now. As the powers that be did not want to play it out like that, then so be it. But if somebody thinks that someone just picked up some shit out of a wet market and coughed and 2 people got sick and then it turned into this pandemic, I think that's a bunch of horse shit. This is a weapon. This is a weaponized disease that was meant to wreak havoc and chaos on our economy. This is my opinion. So yeah, the next 9/11, and I'll be damned if yesterday and the day before, first time I heard it was the day before, and then again yesterday was, they just kind of start bringing up the fact that we've lost more people now to the coronavirus than we did on 9/11. The coronavirus now surpasses 9/11 in casualties. So the fact that I wrote down the next 9/11 really, really started to add up whenever the news makers started to refer to this as 9/11-ish. People getting worried, getting into a frenzy, and staying stressed out, man, it's not going to do you any good. I have found myself stressed out and thinking, what are we going to do if it goes to the next level? What are we going to do if this? Well, what we've got to do is shift on the fly and do the best that we can do to help our neighbors and our family. The main thing we need to worry about is our family. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. Hey, I always say that look at it as an opportunity to do what you love to do anyway, because if you're not doing what you love to do, then fuck this job anyway, I like my job because I like the outside. You know what I mean? I like being out in the elements, and I'm a loner. Ooh, this is a fucking loner's disease. But for people all to be off to themselves and shit, I love it. As far as the social aspect of it, it doesn't really affect me, The social aspect, where it does affect me, is that my March the 30th was my 48th birthday. Well, my intention was to go to Skankfest South at the secret group. And that has all been postponed or put away or done away with. It's something that we're no longer going to be able to attend, and especially until maybe way later on in the summer. Had the boss, I guess you'd call him boss man, because my brother is sick. He's been at the house we work together for 5 days. He's been off of work. I got my boss messaging me this morning. Let me see if I can find the message without fucking you guys. Let's see. Just stuff like this, man. Says, look, due to your exposure to Kenny, please watch contact with others, spacing rules, etc. I'm not sure what he has, so we will be safe. Use hand sanitizer, grab Lysol spray from the office, spray what you handle. Okay, anyway, please respond to this message and be safe. Actually, that was pretty nice. But you know what, man? uh, just now that my brother is like got a cold for a week, everybody thinks he's going to turn into a goddamn zombie and start eating people's brains. And whenever they start doing that in Wuhan, that's whenever the real lockdown goes on here. Look, motherfuckers, if I needed toilet paper right now, I'm going to go get it. If I need a rabbit or a deer, I'm going to go get it right now. A pig, we're not going to go hungry. And I think this just fucking screams to me that this is the motherfucking test run for something bigger. This is to see how we will react to something bigger. This is hurting us like cattle for some reason. While we're all looking at this coronavirus, that's the magician, right? The magician's doing this trick and he's showing us this coronavirus is what we can see. And what we can't see, you know what I mean, is him putting the rabbit in the hat to get ready to pull the rabbit out of the hat for his next trick. And that's what we can't see. So what is that rabbit that they're putting into the hat to pull out of the hat, man? What is this next trick that they're going to show us that this coronavirus led us up to? They don't want martial law. No, this isn't martial law. Everyone's just on lockdown. And I don't know whether to call it lockdown, social distancing, quarantine, There will be a CDC guidelines for everyone to wear a mask in public now. It's beautiful, isn't it? The world that we are living in. We all got I got a little bit of I felt like we were getting a little bit ahead of ourselves just for a minute because, man, oil prices weren't great, but they weren't bad. Fucking the economy, and you got the stock market kicking 30,000 when we were all so excited. When was it around 2000 when it hit 20,000? We were like, woohoo, dude, we're not going to know how to act, motherfuckers. And then 08 fucked us around, and it looks like this is going to do not quite as bad as that did. The masks are a joke. By the time we need the masks, by the time they have the masks, and they're all stacked up, everyone's going to have a case of these fucking masks in their closet, and we're not going to need them anymore. Because the next virus is just going to come through and fucking, you're just going to start throwing up blood, vomiting out blood, bleeding out of your ears, and fucking die. The 2020 Olympics are now the 2021 Olympics. I'm not just going to sit here, guys, and vent about all the bullshit. We're going to talk about things that you and I can do to help get us through this and to ensure that madness does not occur. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that we don't fucking go nuts, And I know that one of the things that you really need to keep in mind, is that, believe it or not, your mental outlook and your attitude have a whole hell of a lot more to do with this than you may think. Because a healthy, happy person with a positive mental outlook is not going to get sick. Whereas a weak, unhealthy person with a negative outlook will get sick just to have something to talk about. You know what I mean? Your immunity has a lot to do with your mental ability. Your immunity has a lot to do with your positive outlook on life. Your mental ability has, your physical health has a lot to do with your mental outlook. Straight up. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Ugh. And a little side note, when this shit started happening, I started having some crazy dreams. I'm almost 100% convinced, and people might think I'm fucking nuts, that whenever I, like especially during hard times and stuff, whenever I go to sleep, I am jumping from my body. My consciousness is going into another dimension, into another body that I have in another dimension. And you think I'm fucking nuts, ask some other people how they feel about this, because why do you, man, I'll wake up, I have vivid reality of the night before, things that were going on, especially if I'm disturbed and have to wake up, jump back into my own body from another dimension real fast. Not only that, I feel like I have physically done stuff. That's just me. The virus is gonna get you. The virus. It's the virus. Anyone see the movie Outbreak? Goddamn. You know, people aren't bleeding through their skin and their eyeballs popping out and dying, but that's about the only difference between that and this. What really happened here, ladies and gentlemen? Was it the wet markets in Wuhan that they open up so that some of the elite in China can have these exotic flavors? Is it a chemical weapon that was released in order for someone to be put in check? And if it was China that did it, why would you do it onto your own people and then let it spread to all the other countries in the world? It's not killing enough people, I don't think, knock on wood, in order to depopulize worth of shit, because we all know that the elite want depopulation, you know. My gut tells me it's military. My gut tells me it's military. My gut tells me it's fucking military. A little bit of good news, a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel is that here at Robcast, yeah, baby, we've got, you know that I like to do YouTube videos on like motorcycle repair, just little stupid YouTube videos. Some of them are just silly, but we picked up it's really cool. It's like, it's called a rig for your phone, and your phone, it's like this big square thing. It's probably, 11 inches wide and 8 inches tall, and it's a rig that your phone locks into it, and then your like television light goes on the top. Your shotgun mic has a place that it hooks. It's got other places for lights and accessories for doing video and audio. The tripod, it adjusts, but you put your phone in it and it gives you like stage quality lights, sound, tripod, or you can go handheld. But it's in order to enable us to do some more YouTube videos on motorcycle repair. We'll probably do some silly ones too, like we did one on how to repair a watch and we ended up smashing it with a hammer, you know what I mean, to get the battery out. This little stuff like that. So you might, if you're a motorcycle enthusiast, you can watch some of those videos on us rebuilding bikes, giving you some daily tips on maintenance and stuff like that. And that's all where Robcast Radio, baby, on YouTube. We're at Robcast Radio on Instagram. Robert Cole, Zombie in parentheses, at Spreaker, and on Facebook. Oh, man. I know all of y'all's kids are driving you crazy, whether they're 8 or 28. A lot of people do not have to go to work. I thought I'd get fucked with about driving out at night. Whenever I do go to work, I've either got a 12 gauge or an assault rifle laying right on the other seat, loaded, cocked, locked, and ready to rock. 9mm, the Taurus 9mm on my side. I normally just open carry it. Sometimes I tuck it in. But the point with that is that the snakes have been really bad lately out in the field. So, uh, we've got special rounds that won't ricochet or fuck anything up. As a matter of fact, I've got them in my 9mm Taurus right now. The 709 has the first 2 rounds in it are buckshot that go in your 9mm, and it'll fuck a snake's day up. But the good thing is that we haven't been fucked with by the police. I mean, Alvin cops are cool anyway. All police are cool to me anyway. Nowadays, when I was in my 20s, they weren't. But that's whenever I was driving 100 miles an hour, chasing pussy, drinking, and fucking just trying to tell everybody just get out of my way. I approach things a little bit differently. I cruise on in. And absolutely no big hurries these days. But what was your point there, zombie? Point is that everything's pretty copacetic. With the exception of some of the shelves being bare at some of our grocery stores. And I mean, the gentleman that texted me about my washing my hands and stuff earlier with Boss, he happens to have at least a couple 1,000 pounds of beef, Asian water buffalo, nilgai, pork, you name it. So people like that, you need to keep your friends right now. The ones got big freezers full of meat. It tripped me out. The other day, you get hearsay and this and that going on, and you're worried about what's really going on. I don't watch that much TV, but TMZ was on, and I walked into my room and I caught something about, oh, well, I sure do. I feel really bad for what's going on in Texas. And the other person's like, yeah, I feel bad for Texas. And we're talking about they're in LA County that's on 100% lockdown. They're all doing their TMZ show from their house. And I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on in Texas that I don't know about? And you know what? I never did figure it the fuck out what they were talking about, but apparently something didn't go right for Texas. Social distancing. Okay, all of this chaos and havoc and mayhem that's going on, I can't stress to you enough that stress and worry weaken your immune system. Stress and worry weaken your fucking immune system. Can you imagine that? Start to break you down mentally? Well, eventually it will break your ass down physically too. Everything comes around full circle. And we're getting fucking conflicting stories too whenever it comes to how long this virus lasts. How long does it stay on surfaces? How long can you be a fucking carrier for it? Because I heard that they did, well, all of the news stations, they don't have their shit together. They don't have their information. They have no information. They're going on shit information that's being fed to them from another source, okay? And it's the same source that all the news people are getting their fucking information from coast to coast and probably around the world. Because we know that the same 2 or 3 fucking conglomerates own every motherfucking media outlet we see or hear. Period. Straight up. It's all controlled. We don't have reporters that go out and get the scoop and do the story and do the footwork and all that shit anymore. That has fallen by the wayside for the 2000s and beyond. Remember when news anchors used to be good looking? Right? You used to turn on the news and it was like a good looking dude, a couple of good looking chicks, and you're like, brrr. And now we have got the motherfucking Hunchback of Notre Dame looking goddamn news people. Freaks! We got news fucking freaks. It looks like motherfucking politics took over TV when it comes to news now. You want to see some freaks, look at the fucking political shit going on. Those guys. Woo! Oh my God. But I did see a news, like, straight, we did our studies and this and that. We know. We're going to tell you how long this virus lasts. They're like, okay, it only lasts for a couple hours on cardboard. Like, we're all worried about our Amazon packages. I don't know about you, but when I had 2 Amazon packages, the stuff for the filming for doing movies or doing YouTube videos or whatever, this gimbal setup and all that. Sitting out on the porch, I had 2 packages, and I get there, my brother says, I've already sprayed down the outside of them. Then we can let them sit there for a while. We'll open it up and spray everything inside. So I had 11 items from fucking Amazon that had to sit there for 2 fucking weeks because I guess they got quarantined, you know. So they quarantined them. I'm sure they sprayed the shit out of this shit with some shit. So then it gets here and I spray the shit out of the shit with some shit. Just remember, stress and worry weaken the immune system. And this shit's not going to last forever, man. We're not going to be in all motherfucking summer long. We've got some the steady heads will prevail, and they will realize at the end of this day what they had to do. And I think President Trump is doing what he has to do, but he is pissed. I can tell, man. He's doing what he's got to do, but he's like, these motherfuckers are going to pay. These motherfuckers are going to pay for doing this to my people, to my country, to the world, to the handle that we had on the economy rocking and rolling. Like, why would somebody fuck that up other than for them to have their hand to run the world, and that's the only way that they could do it, was to fucking pull the rug out from underneath Trump like this. Because it really has, no matter what he does right now, we're basically fucked. So if that doesn't encourage people to get out and motherfucking vote, God damn it, you better, because I know I am. Better get out there and fucking vote. Locally and globally. We need to vote. We need to vote. We need to vote. It doesn't make a difference. It's a democratic society that we live in, and our votes aren't really counted, and it's a fucking the popular vote and the whatever. Look, fuck that. The more people that vote, the more people that are accustomed to voting. If we had 90% turnout, then we could make different rules, motherfuckers. If we all come together and get to where we can at least vote together instead of leaving it up to the 10% that do, the world would be a different motherfucking place. And we got to worry about, we know this is a test run for something bigger. And then we got to worry about next winter. Next winter, instead of having the fucking just the regular flu, we're going to have the fucking corona going through. And also the obvious, how bad has this fucked? Corona the beer. Oh my God. I never want to taste another Corona beer. And that is the beer to have whenever you're on vacation, man. Especially if you don't drink beer, because it'll fuck you up. We have all heard the term flattening the curve. Or flattening the curve. Or flattening the hills. If we're doing this, let's say that this disease, and I hate to fucking just get on here and have a whole Robcast about this stupid fucking virus. I'm sick of it already, man. The virus has made me sick, but not in the way that it should have made me sick. I'm sick of fucking listening to it, seeing it, and hearing it. Like motherfucking OJ and 9/11 mixed together, you know? Because, okay, the first thing is that we've got our media. Oh my fucking goodness, they're evil, guys. You know? The mundane of being able to report to you a story of how the most horrific things in the world have happened. And then just smile and say, back to you, Jim. Yeah, my mother just died in a helicopter crash. And she But back to you, Jim. It's like a fucking robot. No emotion. No emotion. Supposedly whenever our news reporters used to go out and get the scoop and do the story, and you would see them out there in the shit, out there in these events that they were referring to, and do you believe that they would actually show emotion? They would be excited or happy or sad, or maybe even shed a tear, because this is a story that meant something to them, because they seeked it out on their own. They looked for it on their own. They found it. They coddled it. They made it into something that we all wanted to hear. It's just something that they wanted to shine a light upon. And it had a lot of interest. But they would show emotion. You can't show emotion if you're a robot, or if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, because you have absolutely no emotional connection to it, because you're just reading from a teleprompter. So we're flattening the curve. We're flattening the curve. Help us flatten the curve. It makes me wonder, what if we would have just let this go, let this coronavirus come through here, rapid fire, fast burn, like letting a forest fire, just fucking let it burn. It's going to make everything prettier next year, instead of trying to put it out. Because a slow burn means 90 to 120 days of our economy's fucked. I don't have the problem with flattening the curve. If they say that we're going to lose maybe 200,000 people by doing things the way that we're doing them now, or we're going to lose up to 2 million, 1.2 to 2 million people if we just let this thing run its course. Now, I don't have a problem with saving 1 million lives, up to 1.8 million lives. What I have a problem with, right, is the speculation that it would have taken all those lives anyway. How do we know that that model was correct? So what I have the problem is that we're just fucking blindly believing whatever the fuck they're telling us, and we're going along with it. I don't agree with that. We need to do our own research. We need to find out really what the fuck's going on here, where it came from, and why. And then we need to reflect upon ourselves and say, how can we live in a motherfucking, supposed to be a democracy, where we don't know what the fucking left hand doesn't know what the fucking right hand is doing? And it doesn't have to be like that. And it's because we are already too complacent in our electronic lives, living on the fucking internet, living in our mobile device, that we don't want to be involved in anything that we have to do physically, like go vote, because we don't think it makes a difference. But what we need to realize is that we need to, as much energy that we put into trying to look good on Facebook or Instagram, or Snapchat, maybe we should put that much effort into how we really want our world to end up, how we want our children and our grandchildren to be raised. I don't want my grandkids to have to fucking deal with this shit. Being quarantined? This is America. I thought we were fucking above and beyond this bullshit. I really did. I never thought the day would happen that our country would be on lockdown for some of this. Something that we should have 100% total control over. We need proper protective equipment. That we need germ-killing solutions. Come the fuck on. Are we a bunch of dirty motherfuckers? Yeah, the answer is yeah, we are. We are a bunch of dirty motherfuckers. I don't have a problem with flattening the curve, right? I just have a problem with the numbers out of the gate, what people are saying that they could be and what they would have been. That we'll never know. And President Trump, you've got a long road ahead of you, but you got the backup that you need. God damn. God damn. does he need some backup? But if he didn't have the fortitude and the wherewithal, the motherfucker wouldn't be in there right now. It had already been gotten down. So that's one good thing that we've got to remember, is that Trump definitely has control of what the fuck's going on. Don't let you think he doesn't. And that they know, the people know that. But that's how I feel. I think Trump's pissed. I think that he will get the opportunity to make shit right. He'll have the opportunity to bring things around full circle. But he's going to need a little bit of help, fellas. I think our military at the beginning of every single motherfucking show. Simply because those are the boys and girls that deserve our respect. Some of us did not go into the military, and we never even entertained the thought. But you know what? It's beautiful about America. I don't have to, because they do. And for that, I am fucking thankful. Straight up. Every soldier. Talking about what you watch on the news, the media, the programming. Hey, everyone's dying and shit, but we still, everyone's dying, and we have a very important story for you. But first, we need you to buy some Viagra. Hey, is your testosterone low? Guess what, baby? Let's get you on some Cialis. Because the commercials haven't stopped. The American consumer doesn't have any money to consume anything. However, they're still pumping us full of the fucking ads. So the minute anyone gets a fucking penny, we know where to spend it, because we wouldn't know unless you all let us know. The right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing as far as the news goes. They tell us. I'm looking at reports on how long this virus will last on cardboard, on plastic, on different surfaces, and I'm hearing one person said yesterday, this is no shit. Oh yeah, cocksucker, it lasts up to 17 days on hard surfaces. 17 fucking days on hard surfaces? What the fuck is this? The goddamn Is that true? Because I watch a news report that says that on stainless steel, a doctor, dude in a white coat and a fucking a doctor says that only lasts a few hours on most surfaces. However, they did find on stainless steel and plastic that it could last 24 hours. Okay, that's scary enough that this thing can sit around for 24 hours. And then someone comes up and says something yesterday about motherfucking 17 days. Are you shitting me? So yeah, boys and girls, the world just changed forever. So get used to it. Look, let's talk just for a minute about flow state. And if you don't know what that is, have you ever been doing something that you really love to do? Something you really love to do, and you look up and 3 or 4 or 5 hours have passed by and you're like, oh my God. Whether you're building a model car, or you're playing music, or for me it's building a motorcycle, putting together an engine, or sandblast a frame and painting it, whatever, but the thing is everything gets into a line with your mind, your body, and your spirit, to where you're in a place that you like to be. No one's fucking with you, and you are, time's passing by quickly because all the stars are lined up. And this is something that they call flow state. And the reason that I bring this up is because we're trapped at home. We don't have a whole, we don't have a lot to do. So mentally, we really need to focus on our mental game right now, right? Now, every time I have a cough, every time I have a sniffle, I think I've got the fucking coronavirus. So thank you. But again, stress, being worried, being stressed, hey man, that weakens your fucking immune system. On top of that, if you are in a good mood, listen to some good music. The ways to get yourself into a flow state: walk your dog for 20 minutes, listen to some good music, meditate. But a physical activity, let me walk for 20 minutes, walk your dog, and then you want invigorating thought. You want to maybe drink a cup of coffee, maybe smoke a fatty bo-batty, or have your little glass of wine, not a lot. And this puts you into a place where an artist would like to write, a painter would like to paint, or for me, a motorcycle builder would like to build a motorcycle, you know? I've gotten into working on some guitars lately, and that's pretty fun. So I think that's something that you can collect and trade just like anything else. And people know I go a little bit crazy on shit. Like I wanted to grow a certain palm tree. I wanted to grow these certain palm trees to have on my land down south a couple years ago. And I swear to you, I planted 1,000 of them. And I had, oh my God, man. I was going to be the palm tree king. I couldn't get those motherfuckers to live to save my life. And then actually, they were living. And then my property got flooded. And 10 feet of water and all your palm trees tends to kill them. That was kind of heartbreaking, actually. Anyway. So get yourself into a flow state. Some good music. I was kind of just like down and didn't want to fucking talk to you little maniacs or anything else. And I almost had to force myself to put Pandora on. I have a station that's called Little Red Corvette Radio, and it's all stuff from the early 80s. Kind of, get your blood pumping. Get you starting to get into a good mood. And to find anything to be in a good mood about, man. Don't turn on the fucking TV right now. Don't look on social media right now. It is like the motherfucking flood, the zombie apocalypse, Armageddon going on. Just because people think they're going to run out of fucking toilet paper. Man, go out to the creek and wash your ass. Wash your ass in the shower. It's the least of my motherfucking concerns right now. Toilet paper. You gotta be fucking kidding me. But I can't. Then I feel bad right after I say that, because you can't get mad at the program for working. It's all these people are programmed, including you and I. We've got to shake it the fuck loose. We're programmed to think things a certain way. We're programmed to react a certain way. We're programmed to consume. And this is where someone like Wallace Wattles comes in. You start reading the works of someone like Wallace D. Wattles, The Science of Being Well, The Science of Getting Rich. Check those two things out, Wallace D. Wattles. And this is a gentleman that was over 110 years ago is when these books were written, and they're still very relevant as far as how your mental and physical game works. How this whole other realm that they don't know and explains to you, because there is no handbook on life and how humans interact with humans, and no one comes out and tells you, I will tell you that you have free will. You have free will, motherfucker. Use it. Other motherfuckers do not have to impose their will upon you, nor should you do that to them. Period. It's wrong. It's wrong. That's why we have free will. So when you feel that little tingle inside of you that says, this doesn't seem quite right, that's because it's fucked up. We weren't built to react like this. So we've got to retrain ourselves in order to think truth, in order to see the truth, to think the truth, and to speak the truth. The reason that people do not want to speak the truth, talk the truth, to think the truth, is because it's a lot of work. Because there's a lot of bullshit out there to have to fucking sort through. Corona cough. There's a lot of bullshit out there to have to sort through in order to, in order to realize what is truth. So it's laborious. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of work to think and to speak the truth. But when you do this, oh my goodness, the security that you get from it, because you know that you're right. But people don't do it because it's hard work. It's hard work to really try to use your own motherfucking brain, because we've all been programmed to just go with the goddamn flow. Whatever they say, I say, you say, let's go. No, I'm going to look at things independently on my own and make my own motherfucking judgment as to what's going on. Get back to our roots here and just talk shit, tell a joke. We're going to bring you what we got when we got it, because we're never ready. Right? We're never ready. I was going to record you all a new intro yesterday or the day before, and I got everything set up, and it takes 10 minutes and to get a good track going and all that. And then I was just like, maybe not. But I had to get on here and talk to you all a little bit about flow state, to re-encourage you, to let you know, to remind you, come on, get in a better mood. Stress and worry is only going to make this shit worse, and it's going to make you weaker physically, 100%. It's medically proven. Haven't you ever heard that laughter's the best medicine, right? So let's make fun of some shit. Let's laugh. We will figure this out. The public, the one thing that these motherfuckers forget, there's two things, right? One, we're not as dumb as you fucking think we are, cabal. You hear me I'm saying? No, we're not as fucking dumb. We're not cattle. We're not the cattle that you can just lead to do whatever the fuck you want us to do. The good Lord did not make us like that. He made us with free will for a reason. So that's the first thing. We're not as dumb as you think we are, right? Sometimes we might act like it. And the second thing, and the most important thing, guys, don't forget, we've got the fucking numbers. There's way, 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 way more of us, times 99%, straight up, than there are of them. So if we all fucking stand together for what we believe in, we've got them outnumbered 99-1, motherfuckers. Who's dumb? I can see why they do call us fucking dumb. I really do. I mean, when this shit first came out, I was like, oh man, they may close South by Southwest in Austin. And now you don't even have to look. Everything's closed. There's no basketball. There's no football. There's no XFL. There's no nothing. How can they sit here and talk shit about Mardi Gras going on in New Orleans when no one stopped it? It went on as usual. They took motherfuckers' money because they knew that was the last hurrah before everything's getting shut down. What we've got to do, work on our community consciousness and the fact that we've got to believe that wellness and prosperity is the future. Abundance. Let's grow. Let's advance. Let's move forward. Right? As brothers and sisters. And while the magician is, shuffling the cards and doing all the other stuff, well, he's getting you to look a certain way while he's doing something else. The sleight of hand. And I think this coronavirus is the sleight of hand when our government is doing something completely different that they don't want us to see. So they're distracting us. We need to be vigilant about not letting these motherfuckers rule us and not just taking people's word for it. And we need more people like you and I to stand up and to go into politics, believe it or not. Fuck! Who wants to do that, right? Fuck! I've often thought that there should be a completely different fucking aspect on politics as far as the way that it's viewed at, the way that it's run, the humdrum, blah, 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 cock knocking and fucking paying everybody off and lobbying and all that bullshit, man. We need to get a younger generation in there of motherfucking go-getters, no nonsense, motherfuckers that aren't trying to just line their goddamn bank account. Give it a different aspect. Give it some coolness. Give it some fucking, some vigor, some vitality, something. Because the way we're working, the way it's working right now is that it's not working. We lost $3 trillion the day before fucking 9/11. Just lost it. Oh, it's gone. Yeah, we don't know exactly. Oh, boom. Well, fuck it. We'll never bring it up again. Just print some more. Master what you can control and don't fuck with stupid shit. Master what you can control and don't fuck with anything else. As far as out there, we're all interested in the occult and UFOs and aliens and ghosts and the paranormal. But be careful what you really start getting into, because it might start getting into you too. Straight up. And the main thing, man, all you little maniacs, keep it in your head that we're going to get through this. We're going to be stronger at the end of the day. My brother has been sick for a week, and that's why he's like, fuck it, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. I'm here sitting here thinking, no one else thinks about the fact that but yeah, people don't think about that shit, that strong, healthy man now, but when my brother was born, he had a hole in his heart called a heart murmur. He only weighed 2 pounds. The doctors told my parents that he wasn't going to make it. And he had to stay in an incubator. So and some people don't think about shit like that. I do. Can't help but to. People, yeah, you've got time on your hands to do a lot of things that you've procrastinated about. I'll often talk about sometimes you have that wanting inside of you, like if you walk by a piano and your fingers kind of tingle, or if you've always wanted to know how to do advanced trigonometry, something that just makes, you wanted to learn how to play the guitar or the harmonica, or if you wanted to learn how to dance, I've always wanted to know how to break dance. Take some fucking hip hop classes. Take a guitar lesson. They teach it all on YouTube. Marty Guitar, is that his name? Damn it. I'll give him props when I've had more lessons. I'm on my second lesson still. I think it's Marty Guitar. Amazing teacher on YouTube. But maybe if we feed that need inside of us to prosper and to grow and to move forward in a positive way, it's only going to affect the world positively, because we should all be doing something that we love to do every day whenever we wake up, man. Look, why not take this as an opportunity in order to take that next step towards doing what you love to do? And then this whole corona thing and this whole quarantine thing and this whole being out of work thing is going to be flipped around into one of the best times in your life, because that's whenever you realize that you have the opportunity to do what the fuck you love to do, and something that you've always dreamed of doing for the rest of your life. And if you're good at it, motherfucking let's rock and roll. Let's do it. No, let's not let the magician fool us with his busy work while he's doing the trick right in front of us, okay? Just let him think he's fooling us. But what we really need to do is do our own research. We need to find out where this virus came from, who has it affected, why, how. Because we don't know what the fuck really happened in China. Do you think we really know? That's a communist fucking country. When you go over there, they take your phone. They give you a phone. They give you a phone that has only the information on it that they think you should be able to see in China. Something's wrong with that picture. Straight up. We're not seeing the death and destruction and mayhem that has occurred in China, that they've kept behind their curtain. Okay? It's gonna leak out. It's gonna leak out, and we're eventually gonna hear what's beneficial to the Democrats and what's beneficial to the Republicans, and anything other than that's gonna get swept right underneath the rug, and we're supposed to just do what good little cattle do and moo, right? I'm fucking tired of mooing. I'm not doing it anymore. Master what you can control, and don't fuck with the other stupid shit, okay? Maybe you should start making custom chicken coops. Because with the demand on our poultry industry right now, I don't know where else, but in Texas, you can't buy a fucking chicken coop. Go to Tractor Supply and try to buy a fucking chicken coop right now. It's not happening. I entertained the thought maybe I should build some custom. I think like build one that looks like a little ghost town. Build a chicken coop that looks like a little Taj Mahal, whatever. You build some custom chicken coops. A lot of people are gonna get into, if you've got 5 chickens, that's 5 eggs for a day. Oh God, fucking whatever. Whatever keeps y'all's eye on the ball. I'm sorry, I'm listening at fucking distance something another. Fuck social distancing. There's about 10 new terms that we're being programmed for right now. It's non-contact, social distancing. We have touch-free delivery, non-contact delivery. It's supposed to get us used to being in this virtual world with one another without any physical connection at all. It's because we're beings of love, and we like to touch, and we like to shake hands, and we like to hug. And I think it's a fucked up world and a fucked up culture when we can't do that anymore. I would rather get on the goddamn battle line and fight this shit right now than to never hug one of my friends or shake their hand again. Fuck that. But what I'll do, because we've got a lot more to talk about, and I've got to go to work, is that I'm going to put a mark on the page here at 99. Look, we have got to keep our eye on the goal. Keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on the ball. We know for a fact that what's going on right now, we know for a fact that there's maliciousness involved. This was not just some stupid accident. How do we get a brand new fucking strain of some shit that's never occurred before that just happens to, oh yeah, well, a bat crosses it to a lizard, crosses it to a person, crosses it to... I understand how that works. However, I'm calling fucking shenanigans on it. It's because shit just doesn't add up. And if it's 50 years from now, I'm getting back on this motherfucking microphone, and you and I are sitting down and talking about the Freedom of Information Act papers that I just got back, then 50 years from now, we're going to have this fucking conversation. We can't have it. We're not cattle. You are in control of your destiny. You have free will. And if you are in good mind, body, and spirit, then we're going to be all right. We're going to live through it. We're going to be fine at the end of the day. What I don't agree with is the fact that this is forced upon us. And people, I mean, you could tell me it's an accident and that it was just a natural occurrence of nature all you motherfucking want to. I'm not listening. All right. So we're gonna put a pin in it right there for the day. I want to remind every single one of you that you do have free will, and that you are. Look, the main thing. This is the thought that I'm gonna leave you with. Okay, the thought that I want to leave all you little maniacs with, other than love and respect, because I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in. I'm gonna leave you with something pretty heavy and remarkable. We have to take on to ourselves as responsibility as human beings, okay? And that is, if you're looking for God, if you're looking for divinity, and if you're looking for the Almighty, I got 100% guaranteed way to find Him. Go into your restroom, open the door, and look in the mirror. Divinity will be staring back at you, because every single one of us is divine. We are built in the image of our Lord. Every single one of us. Every single one of us. We're divine. The divinity is in your spirit. It's in your eyes, and you can see it. And that is that voice that's telling us the right and the wrong thing to do. And that spider sense that tingles whenever we know shit's going to hit the fan. Or you're not looking for God because God lives inside you. Straight up. And not just that. We are all exactly the same, made out of the same thing and part of the same spirit. This thinking substance, this intelligent substance that permeates and penetrates the universe. It permeates and penetrates me, you, the table, the chair, and everything in between. So if you're stealing from me, you're stealing from yourself. You get it? So if you want to find divinity, if you want to find the Lord, go look in the mirror, because it's in you, period. So other than that, don't get the fucking coronavirus. And if you do, I hope you don't croak. Praying for all of our parents and grandparents and my mom. You know, she's in a assisted living, and I pray for them every single day. We haven't been able to go see her for weeks. And for all of you in the same situation, man, I hope nothing but the best for you. But we've got to all come together. We've got to believe in ourselves, right? We got to believe in ourselves, and that all of this, at the end of the day, we're going to be better people. But we're not going to be taken blindsided, and we're not going to be taken lightly. We're not going to be taken fucking just cattle to slaughter. Fuck that. We're going to stand up, we're going to unite, and we're going to figure out the best thing to do for our children and our grandchildren. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all you little maniacs, I appreciate you for tuning in. Y'all have a badass evening, and an even better tomorrow. I'm Zombie, and I'm out here for the day, bitches. Peace. Go all day with this. We can go all day.